Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Your sponsor, Learn Nishva Sam Yaakov Shalom Lavas Yitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Lamed Gimel. The Gemara says, "Dini Mominos," the second line. Dini Mominos Machzirim. You go back to the you could go one gave of Sakdin on Dini Mominos. You could go back and change it and said, this is a mistake. We'll take it back, and regardless if it's a chayva or a schus, that's what the Mishnah says. Says the Gemara. The meaning, the Gemara brings a question. Tana Sadim, Ziko Sachayav Chayvas Zakai. Person did a din, and what he did was he said wherever is Chayav, he said is Zakai. Whenever is Zakai, he says Chayav. Or Time Sator V'Tir Satome. Or what he did was he made wherever is Tome Tor, wherever is Tor Tome. Masha also Vishalem Mibeisoi. Whatever he did is done, and he needs to pay. He doesn't take it back. What is more asking? In our Mishnah, it says you could change the din, right? Sakdin that was done wrong, you go back and you switch it. But now we're saying they don't change the din. What you're doing is you have whatever is done, and he has to pay for any damages. So how do we reconcile these two Mishnahs? So says the Gemara. Omar v'yislo kashu. Kan b'mumche, kan b'she'ein mumche. Depends if he's a mumche or he's not a mumche. Now, what does it mean? Kan mumche, kan she'ein mumche. So Rashi, if you look at Rashi, look at the end of the second line. Rashi says mumche. Yesh bo koyach l'chzor. He can change your mind. L'matze mimel l'baldin ana kitayim kamali dochavino. Can't say to him, I want to go back to the original one. Al b'she'ein mumche, but he's not a mumche. Matze omalei mi yeimur the time of basur dochikor. So Rashi learns that a mumcha could change his mind, could go back. And a mumcha cannot go back. Someone who was an expert, meaning he was got a smicho, he has the higher level, he can say, listen, I made a mistake, and then you have to follow what I'm telling you right now. The mumcha can't. That's what Rashi learns. The Rif has a different shot in the sugya. He learns the opposite. He learns a mumche, so right away he can't change his mind because his word is so valid. The ones he said one second, you can't come and change it. Ain't a mumche could change it. So says the Gemara, over mumche machzir. According to the Rif, the gist will be opposite. Mumche ain't machzir, or shein mumche machzir, or mumche ain't machzir. Faktani imaya mumche lebezdin potter milishal. So what does it mean? It says here. Someone who's a mumche based on a mistake, he doesn't have to pay. Mashma the what? Let's stick with Rashi. That means that you're not chayzer. Because if you could be chayzer, pay mumche, so why should you pay? You should be chayzer. You just change back and say the din is void. If it is not void, he has to pay for it. Also, here we have Rashi in the Rif. Rashi learns. If there's a godly menu, if there's someone greater for him, so they can change it. Ain't godly menu, he's not going to listen to him. So if there's someone greater for him, if the greater person can change it, go back. Be chayzer. And if not. So according to Rashi, we're not changing what we said before. A mumche can go back. But if there's a greater mumche in the city, you have a greater mumche than him, so that greater mumche is going to make him tell him to go back. If there's no greater mumche, so even though he's a mumche, he can't go back. That's what Rashi calls according to this maskar. According to the Rif, the idea is that if there's someone greater, so if there's nobody greater, so then he has a din of a mumche who can't go back. Originally, she does. If holds a mumche can't go back. But whatever he said originally is original. If someone greater, you could go back. So the exact opposite of Rashi. And then there's many halachas that come out that we show him where exactly what case can you go back, can't go back, etc. Depends when you made a mistake. If you made a mistake in Var Mishnah, you have to go back. Right? It's a mistake. It's a fair Mishnah. If it's a mistake in his Shikul Hadas, so then the din is the B'Shikul Hadas, one can't go back. Tov Shizu Mavasi Tov Var Mishnah Chayzer goes back. Tov Shikol Das, the mistaken Svara, ain't no Chayzer. Says even if you made a mistake when you say Dvar Mishnah, is even the Buraisas, the Peseftis, the Abchir or Shaya did, will you tell me that also there you say the din of that he can go back, or you want to tell me only Mefeish Mishnah that is said in the Rebbe around? I said, but if not. So he says, Omalein, yeah. What about the Amoraim's memers? He doesn't know that. What about me and you? Right? Ravina asked Ravashi, me and you. Who's Ravina and Ravashi? Ravina and Ravashi are the ones who wrote the Gemara. Well, at least the basic Gemara that we have. So when we say, if he doesn't know the basic Gemara, we cut reeds in the valley, meaning, why are you saying we're less than anybody else? Things that became now the standard limud, people have to know. This, by the way, today is brought down. The place keeps saying, where does this go down to? You have to know Shulchan Aruch. A dayan can't make a mistake. If it's a meferish Shulchan Aruch, against what the dayan said, that's called Torah Dar Mishnah. Because Torah Mishnah means anything that it's clear, that it's written, that you need to know. It's the basic script. What's the case of Shikol Das? You have to, we saw this early in the Masechta. Two Tanoim that argue, two Amoraim that argue. We don't know what Allah is. And he went and he did like one of them. And the other sugya goes, the sugya goes like one of them. In other words, he made a mistake, not in a fairish thing, but if you go through the sugyas, you'll see this is how it's supposed to be. How you Shikol Das? Not Shikol Das. So then, why? See, we are on Muno Rav Sheshes. Ma'aseh beporo shabes v'nachim shenot lo'em shalom. What happened? It was a cow, and the cow lost her womb. Kevin says she's treifa. She has no womb. She's treifa. This is mutter. Why? Shama Toidos Arif. Toidos Arif said, in Paro the Chazeir Yoitzem Alexander Shemitzrayim, the cow, there's no cow or pig leaving Mitzrayim. Unless they take away their womb, they should tail it. The Egyptian animals were very valuable. They didn't want to take it out and start breeding them outside of Egypt. So they allowed them to go leave only to take out the womb. So you see, they live. They went to live with Minat Solomon. So this was a mistake. Right? So now, so the Gemara, Omar Taf one, so if I said anything, I made a terrible mistake, and I have to sell my donkey in order to pay for the cow. You don't have to pay. You're Mumche. Mumche doesn't have to pay. It's a term of Mishnah, right? Because over here, yes, you can just go back. Who was going to ask in a moment? How can you go back? It's already too late. But he says this is a Dar Mishnah. The Torah Saroifa. Torah Saroifa said this was something that was brought down in Pchayus. So Pchayus says that you have to know this that animals live without a womb. So it's a mistake in the Mishnah. You just go back. First of all, there's a Mishnah Chayzer. But even if you don't make a mistake in the Mishnah, you never should go down to a mumchel raminato, called mumchel ramin potter mishal. You potter mishal. Hold on, now we eat through the rovo. Micah Musiram Munulav Sheshes before. Why be a question from the cow? Hora Rechil the Klavim Bileso the Teader. So what is Gemara saying? What does it mean the Chayzer? A person made a mistake. Because it says, I made a mistake. So okay, let's cancel what you said, go back. Here you can't cancel it. He already killed the donkey. He already killed the cow, say. So you're right. That's what he said. If you hold, you can't change my Mishnah. The din is a din. That's what a tafel is like. So is so scared. Meaning he did something. That's it. He did something. So now I understand the discussion. If Torah the Mishnah is the Chayzer, then you can the part of Dino Chlavdino, if the cow was alive, can he say, okay, let's just board the whole thing? Yes, according to this understanding. What? Has to not mean let plume over. So what do you do now? What it means over here is that the cow, Rav Tavra did not feed the cow to the dogs himself. What he did was he said that this cow is treifel, so the owner fed it to the cow, right? So therefore, what? Look at Lashon Rashi. The EU adapts that now she is shlichah klal. So meaning what I think it points out, it's not nosav and notam bayam. The Gemara understands over here that he didn't do anything. He just told him it's okay. He's asked, what about Dina Digarmi? He caused the guy to put it into the club. Why is he not doing the Digarmi? And he says, you go like Rabbanon, the whole Dina Digarmi you don't have to pay. But he didn't do it himself. So I was like, Mishnah, if you tell me that what you did already is wrong, you have to pay for the stock halacha, even if the cow is alive. Okay, so time for the says I lost my donkey. But if you tell me they didn't have to pay because you could always change it back, the owner lost the cow, too bad for the owner. Says the Gemara, go back to the question. Does he have to pay? Can he change his mind or not? Does he have to pay or not? In other words, is the din or not? Not pay. How can you? We learned before that he was also Yishan Yidesri, right? It's done. And in our Mishnah says he can change. So what does it mean? It says it depends if he did it biyad or not did it biyad. What does it mean? If he himself picked it up and gave it to the other one, then he can't change his mind because he himself did the ma'aseh. But if he just told him you're chayav patur, you can change your mind. Says the Gemara, Bishwa chayav the zakai. Said someone who's zakai chayav. So I understand what is kigun shenot avnos mayat. Understand what it means? What does it mean? He told somebody that someone who doesn't have to pay, is zakai, he's innocent, he's patur. He took the money from him, said, I'm sorry, you chayav, give me the money, take the money, give it to the other one. So he took with his hand the money from the other guy. What is the case of Zik Zacham? Someone has to pay. He tells him, you're a patur, you're good. And what in this case is not taking in his hand. He's just saying you're patur. You said the only way to die is chayav, he picks it up. He's not picking it up over here. So once his patur is as if he took it in his hand. So one of us, our mission says they could go back for, doesn't matter if schus l'chayvo. By schus, the case will be, they told him originally you're chayav, and he didn't know it's so not so you can change it back. Meaning they made a mistake. Meaning he made a mistake. He said you're patur, please chayav. Right? In other words, we have a problem in two Mishnahs. We have our Mishnah, we have where and flavors. And our Mishnah says you can always change it back. And the Mishnah B'chari says you can't change it. It's too late. So what do we explain? The B'chari was talking about the Nosam Notamayat. He actually picked up and gave it back. The Bayas was saying he didn't pick up and take it back. He just said the word, so that's why he could change his mind. But we wanted to say in B'chayris, if a person says in B'chayris, that he tells someone who's chayav, your zakai is considered to be as if he gave him the money in his hands. So what will be our case in a Mishnah that you see is not talking us about? And we say in our Mishnah is considered to be just that it's only words be'alma if it says zakai. Says the Gemara, our Mishnah is talking about one case. The mominus, giving back when it's a schus, which happens to be a chayva. What does it mean that he said to somebody, you have to pay, but it happened to be you have to pay. So if you don't learn so bad, that's what he's talking about. So more according to that, what does it mean nefashos? Same case. And by nefashos, we said you can do only one. So what is it? Machzir l'schus. What's the give on the base? Pay machzir l'chayv. That's what the Mishnah said. Machzir l'schus schus g'das. Pay machzir l'chayv l'schus she chayv. You want to say we never spoke about chayv in our Mishnah. They made a mistake and said that someone who's chayav zakah. Elama, we talk about either a schus, right? What is a schus? So he just said that someone who is, in the case of Dini Mominis, is they told somebody who is chayav zakah you chayav. So they want to say anything with Dini Nefesh. What are you talking about? So machzir l'schus, the Mishnah said you machzir l'schus, pay machzir l'chayv. What will that case be? So machzir l'schus schus g'dad. What is schus g'dad though? Meaning it's only a schus for him, not a chayv for somebody else. What's that case? Rashi says chilul Shabbos, ishdish. Okay. Pay machzir l'chayv. What is that? The schus she chayv. Meaning, as you don't go back to say schus. Once he said on somebody that he is chayav when it's a schus for somebody for somebody else, right? Look at Rashi. Now the chayv mamish lematis pirusha that b'dinei mominus not milis. So we're not in dinei mominus, according to what the Gemara says right now. We're not talking about a case that he said to somebody who's chayav yuzaka, because that's out of the story according to what the Gemara stands right now. So what are we talking about? That he told someone that you're part of your chayav. And dinei nefesh, you want to tell me in that case you're not going to go back. What is the case? So the Gemara, what is chus she chayvo? Chayvos for the man, money. Well, what are you talking about? What is the case in dinei nefesh? There's a chus for one who's a chayv. Halakasha chayvos for the goyel adam. No, dinei nefesh do have chayv. What will be the case of dinei nefesh? I mean, what is chus she chayvo? Just explain the words. Chus she chayvo means he told somebody that you are zakai and he's causing damage to somebody else who's chayav. Right? That's the case. Or in the case of chayvo, he told someone you're chayav, which is a schus for somebody else. Right? It's chayav for one, schus for another. So that will be the case of our Mishnah. The schus she chayv, even though the Mishnah says schus chayvo, schus she chayv. What's schus she chayvo? Schus she chayvo, schus for one, chayv for the other. As Rashi says at the end of the previous summary. What is schus she chayvo? לזכות של זה עם חיבור תחילה ולא סוג דמיין, לזכות שהוא חיבוס של חברים שמחבים או יסוד מעצם השקול. דין mominus, schus chayv means schus for one, chayv for the other. So why didn't it unfortunately have a case of schus for one was a chayv for the other? So I'll tell you what, let's say Reuben murdered Shimon. Shimon has a brother Levi. So Levi can come and kill Reuben. So if you say that Reuben is innocent, Levi can't kill him. So as a schus for Reuben is a chayv for Levi the girl adam. Says the Gemara, Mishum chayvos the girl adam katrin leilai. So what are you saying? I mean, according to that, Mishnah says you give it back for schus, whatever is a chayv. I mean, not a chayv for the person who killed. Chayv for the girl adam, you don't bring it back. That makes sense. A person you say is chayav miso by mistake. Now you want to take it back. So I'm not going to take it back because the chayv is the girl adam. That doesn't make sense. Void my being kasho, void my being. It says bein l'schus, bein l'chayv. I'm talking about two different cases. So more kasho. And if I'm is hard to understand. Ravino Amar ki go shayoloi biyodoi mashkon v'not lo imenu. You know what it's talking about? Schus l'chayv. We said not tell v'not mayad. We asked how can it be not mayad by a case they told someone you're zakat. Told someone who has to pay money. You don't have to pay money. He didn't take it in his hand. So he didn't take it in his hand. What's the case? Talk about a mashkin. What's a mashkin? Let's say a lender is holding on to a mashkin, and the borrower owes the money. You go to Beis Din, the guy tells the levy, you don't know money. Takes the mashkin from the lender, gives it back to the borrower. Here's not tough enough to me yet. What does that mean? They make something tummy. He just said it's tummy. The Agi Beis Sheretz. He put a sheretz into it. Tears at Tommy, what is that? She ever made person. He took some, he said this is tar, and he mixed it within the fruits, and then he changed his mind. It's Tommy, made all these fruits tar. So that's what it means. He did effectively, he used his psak din and he did a ma'isa with it. He did a psak din and a ma'isa, he has to pay for it. He didn't do any ma'isa, he has to pay for it. That's this answer of the Gemara. Look what din of Fashos. Someone is going out his chayav. Someone says, I think I have a schus for it. How do you know you bring him back? He's Naki. He's clean. So don't kill him, bring him back. Someone was paskin, he's innocent. Someone said, whoa, I think we made a mistake. Let's take it back. The same person said, no, keep it tzaddik out there. What's tzaddik? Tzaddik means now he's a tzaddik. That they said he's a tzaddik. The paskul knows you're tzaddik. A maces, someone who encourages other people to do over the zara, we do the opposite. We're always going to go to l'chumra. If he comes at zakai and someone says chayva, we'll bring him back. If he goes at chayva, someone says chus, we don't take him back. It says special pasuk, you don't have mercy on a mason. Different pasuk, you have to kill him. How do you know the chayv golus? Also, you have a din to not to kill him. It's exer shovel. It says ritzach by golus. It says ritzach by miso. You learn one from each other that you always try to make him innocent. Chayv malchus. How do you know? Minayin to asi Russia. No exer shovel. Russia. Chayv malchus goes minayin asu ritzach. Chayv malchus minayin asu Russia. And these are the psukim, the common psukim that we have, because by the big Russia, by Misa, and it says by the Ritzach, it says the Nosham or Ritzach Maknevish Bishgaga, and it says Moishu Masa Ritzach, and by Malchus it says Vayim Ben Kursa Russia. These are all the psukim. You don't come and say we made a mistake unless it's clearly in the Torah. Even the tzdukim that don't believe in Torah Shema Peh, they say it's a clear cut to Torah. It was just a mistake and a meferish pasuk. Just open the pasuk. It's a mistake that never started. And then you take him back to kill. What happens if you made a mistake in the Ephanefis, which means that he took an Ephanefis and he says that there's zakah. The pasuk says clearly you're not allowed to do niyuf. So there's many things to make a mistake, right? I don't know which stone he killed him. Was it too strong? Not too strong? But can you say in the Ephanefis, is it something clear cut or not clear cut? While the fire is still lit, take your pumpkin and roast it. Meaning, while in the sugi, you can figure out the answer that what? That this is Dovash of Zduki Moedim Boy, meaning it's a clear cut. You could change regular nerf nefis, he has to go back because it's Dovash, which is clear cut. Says the Gemara, so what will be the case? Of Ein Chozrim, what will be that case? Says the Gemara, talk about a case, then he made a mistake, Shaloi Kedarko. What Shaloi Kedarko? So Rashi says, in the pasuk, it doesn't say which beil do we have. How do we know the Shaloi Kedarko is the problem? Because it says Mishkavei Isha. Mishkavei Isha is going to tell you both Mishkavos. It's not so clear in the pasuk. So the Mishkavei Isha, person did Shaloi Kedarko, that's when he needs to get, it's something which is not so clear, and you can change, you can still fix it. Taisa says, we know Shaloi Kedarko, but we don't know, but there is a chiluk in Kedarko, Shaloi Kedarko, if ha'ara is usher or not. Kedarko is only touching the plates. Shaloi Kedarko needs to be a full beilo. These small details you don't see in the Torah. You see after Yeshiva Daf. This is what the Dukim Ein Moedim Boy, and that will be the case. Let's stop over here. And Be'ez Hashem will continue from this daf. We'll continue from this.